Thank you so much for accepting our invitations to have this exclusive interview. The Olympic gold medalist, Viktor Axelsen. Viktor, it's been a few months after you left the Denmark, the Danish badminton team. How is it life in Dubai?
Well, first of all, I think it's really important to clarify that, I still have a good relationship with Badminton Denmark. I'll still be training at the National Center when I'm back home in Denmark and prepare for some of the big championships. So we've managed to find a good way where we can still work together, and I can spend some time here in Dubai when I feel like it fits into my schedule, and when it makes sense for me and my family and me as an athlete. However, life in Dubai has been good so far. Training has been good. I've been able to gather some really nice guys, good players who want to get better, and we have a really good environment here, you can say, and we want to see how we can help each other and how we can, in a competitive training environment, make each other better, which is super unique in my point of view. So life is good.
But why Dubai? Because we know that you have the capabilities to speak in Mandarin, and you know Dubai is not famous with badminton compared to China. So what makes the attraction of Dubai that attracts you to go there?
Well, Dubai made really good sense for me on many points. First of all, it's positioned really well when it comes to traveling back and forth from Asia. It's still okay close to Denmark, so it's not too far of a flight. When I have my allergies in Denmark, here there's nothing, and again, it's a unique chance for me to also be at the NAS Sports Complex, which has been really helpful with setting up everything, and Yonex has been really supportive out here as well. So I'm basically able to plan everything the way I want to, and that was also the goal with me moving out here, was to be able to plan my trainings and plan everything around my badminton just the way I want to. So there are many reasons why Dubai makes sense.
Viktor, like we know, in Middle East, the badminton is still developing. So how does your presence there, especially in UAE, does the associations did have some talk with you to help their badminton as well? Did they approach you?
I've definitely been talking with with the different persons who has something to do with badminton out here, but I'm still trying to sort of figure the whole badminton community out here in the UAE. I definitely hope that in the future, and since I'm here now, that I can help promote the sport, just like I want to promote the sport in the best way possible worldwide. I really want to see what I can do in UAE. We have a wonderful sport, as you know, and I think that UAE has great potential, and there are many great opportunities here. But first of all, obviously, I have to focus on my career. But I really hope that I can, somehow spread, you can say, not spread the good word, but I can promote the sport in the best possible way.
Interestingly, you managed to gather, I can say, several top players in the men's singles department. So how does it, begin? Did you approach them? Did they approach you? How does it, begin at the first?
Well, obviously, when I sort of announced that I was moving here, it was me, just trying to find the players who I thought would make sense. And the most important thing for me is not necessarily the world ranking. Of course, the overall level is really, really important, but it's really important that when you are building and when you're trying to set up a training camp and stuff like that, not only, of course, does the level has to be higher, however, the willingness to be humble in trainings and to be able to give your best and to go into every training with 120% intensity is super important. And I've been really fortunate to been able to surround myself with good guys who motivate me myself, in the daily trainings while we're here. So we don't have to be so scared of approaching other players. And there's been some talk about, oh, they're your competitors and stuff like that. But in a sport like badminton, even though it's an individual sport, you still need others in order to raise the bar and to get to an even higher level. So I'm really open about that, and all the guys I'm surrounded by, I wish them success. Obviously, I hope that I'll beat them next time I play them, but we try to make each other better, and I've been really happy to see some of the players do really well after been training here. Obviously, it's a long road ahead, and just coming here to train for some week isn't gonna change you into a whole nother badminton player, but I'm happy to see that it can at least give some other players, me myself included, some good motivation and raise the level a little bit.
Did you, have ever imagined that the training center that you initially set up, just to help you and the other players now have got a lot of attention, because some of the players have how do I say, their playing style developing, growing. Brian Young, Laksha Sen, Lo Ken Yu, world champion now. So your opinion, Viktor, your training center in Dubai has helped them to increase their level of playing?
Yeah, definitely. It hasn't been the worst thing for us to be here. That's for sure. However, we have to acknowledge that every single player has a long road behind them as well, and a lot of hard work in order for them to get here and to be able to produce these results. So it's not only this camp's that's not the only reason why they're doing so well. They're all really, really good players to start with. However, being here has definitely given us all a boost of motivation, and has given our gameplay some good things, and I'm really happy about that. And that's also makes me a little bit more motivated to keep this project going and to surround myself with good players and stuff like that. So it's definitely nice, and you never knew what the future brings, but for now I'm really excited about all this, and again, I wish the guys all the best.
Viktor, maybe you can share with us badminton fans, how did the training in Viktor Axelsen's training centers looks like? How do you train? Who's the coach? How's the regime, routine, and all?
Well, I can just take you through a normal day. Like usually, I have Henrik PK here, who has also been on the pictures, functioning as a coach while we're here. He was also behind the court when I was playing the Denmark Open. We usually train, 2 hours in the morning, the exercise and stuff like that. There's not really a secret recipe. I think all coaches around the world know all the drills and stuff like that, which are helpful for badminton players. However, it's how you do it and which intensity and how many mistakes you do doing those exercises, which is really important. You have to raise the intensity, you have to raise, the awareness and everything. And that's what I really try to push here, is that every player is 130% ready when they go into trainings. However, we train, hard in the morning for a few hours, not having many breaks and stuff like that. Then we have a break over midday, and then in the afternoon we're back in the hall doing some skills, some easy drills, and then some gym work and stuff like that. Obviously the gym work and some of the skill work and everything you do outside the court is really individual. The most important thing is that we're ready for the hard sessions during the week, and so far it's working well. But
it looks like everyone is, despite all the high intensity that you mentioned just now, we can see they're sharing on social media. They're very happy, the brotherhood, the bondingness among each player. It's quite good to see. So it's like you guys like a family.
Yeah, definitely. When you're around other players, and usually we have been mostly in our federations, and even though we can talk when we're out for tournaments and stuff like that, it's not like we're able to bond the same way as we are when we're here, as you say. So it's great fun. We have a goal, of course, about ourselves getting better, but in order to do that we have to give to the others as well, and we try to do that, and we have fun still. And I think it's super important to have fun while you're on the road of becoming a better player. So it's a fun time here, and we're all enjoying it, I hope.
Viktor, for now, is it just for men's singles, or maybe other players from different departments, men's doubles, mixed doubles, or do they welcome to join you at Dubai?
Well, for now, it has mostly been men's singles players, because I have the, not limited resources, but I have limited, courts available, and I want to make the camps really intensive. And for now, since I don't have my own academy and my own hall here, but I've been really fortunate to be at Nadi Sports Complex. It's hard for me to do like many categories here. So for now, it's only men's singles here.
The $1,000 questions that people be asking since yesterday. Do Lizija now have a place at your training center in Dubai?
Lizija is welcome here. I've been heartbroken to see the news the last few days, not only for Lizija but also for Go Jinwei. I think it sort of showcases everything that is wrong with the badminton world right now, and I'm just crossing my fingers that there's a way around this, because this is not how it should be in a professional sport like badminton. But of course, world-class player, great guy, he's of course welcome here.
If let's say he's interested with your offer, what does Lizija need to prepare to come to Dubai?
You know what? For now, I don't want to talk too much about this right now. Lizija and Go Jinwei is a situation where there are more important things. They have to take their time. They have to figure this whole thing out. This is obviously a really bad situation for all parts. So I don't want to talk too much about, even though everybody is writing on social media, or come to Dubai and train and stuff like that. Right now, the main focus is on figuring out this whole scenario, this bad situation right here. And then all the other talk, what Lizija wants, that's up to him. Again, as I said, it's up to the individual player to figure out what is best for him or her, and then go what their badminton heart tells them, and that's what is most important right now.
Victor, we know that in badminton, before this, there are few cases that are not favored to the welfare of the players, but the reason Lizija case with Go Jinwei, do you think BWF should take action, because to protect the sports, to protect players' interests?
Well, we have to keep in mind that BWF is basically in cooperation with the regional, governing bodies. So it's all, it's also the federations. Like, obviously they're working together. So BWF itself can't really do anything if not all the federations also is working together on this. So to be honest, the only way I see is that we as players go together, and we go together and we say we want changes, we want something to happen. A post or a story on social media doesn't do anything. We have to go together in order to change something big. And we can either accept the things like it is, or we can work together in order to make things better. And that's the only way I see. Otherwise, something else has to happen. Yeah, that's my thoughts on this subject.
Do you think these actions could kill his career, even though people say he's still young?
No, I don't think so. Obviously, I'm not around Lizija and Go Jinwei on a daily basis, but I know when they reach these levels and being professional players and putting all their heart into the sport, I know that they will keep fighting. Let's just see what happens first. Obviously, I wish all the best, and I definitely do not hope that this means they have to stay out for international competition for 2 years. This is crazy to me that this can happen in 2022. I just hope there will be a solution somehow, and I know they're doing the best, and I wish them all the best. And I will definitely be supporting from the sidelines, and if I can help in any way, I'll also be happy to do so.
As a rival in the court, how do you feel? You won't be seeing him for the next 2 years, even Olympics. If let's say he couldn't make it, how do you feel as a rival? You won't be seeing him for the next 2 years.
First of all, let's see what happens. This isn't over yet. I hope they will fight. I hope they will try to find a solution for this. So, again, I think even though in this case Lee Xijia, he's a rival, but also rivals and strong competitors is what lights a fire into us as players. We want the best players, we want to compete against the best. The badminton world deserves players. Badminton deserves that all players who has the level has the opportunity to compete in the international tournaments and in the tournaments they want to compete in. So for me as a rival, I just cross my fingers that the best players in the world and the ones who are, qualified to be in the tournaments will be able to compete. So I wish to see Lee Xijia on the court soon. I hope we will have many good matches. I'm crossing my fingers. And, that's what I think about this. Even though he's a strong competitor, that's what sport is all about. You want to play against the best of the best. And he and also Go Jingwei deserves to be in badminton.
You fought a lot of good Malaysian players. How do you describe Xijia as a player in the court?
Well, obviously, I've played against him on numerous times now, really attacking, strong player. Overall, just getting, better and better. Obviously, he's still young, so he has many years ahead. But obviously, strong attacking player. And when he's at his best, he's definitely, he can win the biggest tournaments as you've seen at the All England. So a great player. And again, a player who deserves to be in the international top badminton, and I'm definitely hoping we will see him really soon again.
Axelsen, you have decided to become an independent player. Not many players have the privilege, have the easy pathway. So for you, maybe what can you share to maybe the players can take a lesson from your journey, from your career, to be an independent player?
Well, the problem is right now that in order to become an independent player, it seems that you have to have won, world champs or Olympic gold in order for you to have enough power to be able to break out of the federations. I don't think it's unfair as a player to say that I want to have my own say in my own career. I want to choose which tournaments I want to play. I want to choose my own sponsorships, as long as there isn't a conflict of interest when you're out for team competitions and you're selected by the federation. Why shouldn't you be able to make your own sponsorships? You only have a limited time as an athlete to make your living. And if we want the sport to be even more popular, to be even bigger, we as athletes has to go out and be able to sell ourselves. We have to go out and try to, sell ourselves to, a higher amount. We have to be able to promote the sport. Otherwise, how should the sport become, how should when you look at the financials and stuff like that, how should we try to do even better? Us as players, we are way more worth usually than and I think many players around the world are way more worth than they're getting paid right now when it comes to the financials. And also I feel like everything else when it comes to choosing which tournaments and what is right for the player. Right now, many young players are controlled by the federations, and they cannot really break free, which of course they cannot. First of all, they're scared, and if you don't have the power and you don't have the money to set up your own team and stuff like that, it's impossible to do well. And I also want to emphasize that, of course, the federations are doing important work. They're helping us a lot. They're putting in a lot of money in order to produce good players and stuff like that. And that's all really good. However, at some point, the players, they become, they arrive at a place where, all the offers and stuff like that, which is outside of the federations, and all the opportunities, and maybe you will want to have your own say. That is a natural development of the sport and all the athletes. You see in tennis where we always like to put badminton and tennis side by side and to see what tennis does right. And what they do right is that the players have a say in everything. The tournaments, the ATP and the WTA is also owned by the players, and that's the future of badminton if you want to become a more professional sport, you know. So even though it's important work that the federations are doing, I think instead of fighting each other when the players get to a point where they are at a higher level as an athlete and as a brand, then we have to work together in order to find a way, you know, how can we still coexist? How can we help each other? And how can we still see eye to eye? You know, I want to also say that, you know, with Badminton Denmark, I've been really happy that we've at least managed to find a way to work around this, because this is not easy. But, you know, this has been good for me, that I'm still, you know, welcome in Denmark and stuff like that. And I don't see why we have to fight each other. I just know that as players, we need some power as well. I don't think it's unfair that the players has to have a say when it comes to their own career, their own branding, and that's just my thoughts about this.
Victor, do you think, like you mentioned about badminton often being compared to the tennis, but in badminton, do you think is it often the badminton players' right has always been denied?
You know, it's obviously right now the federations and BWF are controlling the show, if you can say so. And I want to say again, if we want things to change, the players has to work together. But there are many reasons why this is tough, you know, cultural differences, language barriers, and stuff like that. However, if we want something to change, we have to work together, and we don't have to, you know, it doesn't have to be a huge fight and everything, but actions has to be taken in order for us to be able to talk with BWF and the federations. And, you know, that's my thought about this. We have to work together as players, but in order to do so, it actually requires that the players are ready to do this, that some, you know, a big portion of the top players are ready to get together and to see how we can develop the sport in a good direction. But until then, I have to say, a social media post or a story on Instagram doesn't do much. We have to work together in order for things to happen.
Victor, last, maybe if Zija is watching it later, what can you say to him as a friend in the court and also a rival in the court?
Just whatever, just for Lee Sijia and for Ko Jingwei, you know, keep fighting. You know, we are, us as players, we're rooting for you all, and you know, we're crossing our fingers for a good solution to this. And you know, we hope to see you both on the international badminton circuit really soon, and all the best.
Thank you so much, Victor, for your time. I truly appreciate it, and we also hope that we can resolve it nicely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Just whenever the interview is out and it's live and stuff like that, can you send me the link or something like that?
Sure. I'll be sending it to you via email. Thank you so much, Victor. Hope to see you again.
See you later. Have a good one.
Yes.
Bye.